digital chains. Social media reigns, whispers through the veins. Shadow bands fall, voices suppressed and low. But a new dawn breaks, watch the free words flow. Memelinked rising, breaking the old mold. Crypto forge freedom, stories to be told. No shadow banning, no silent erase. Blockchain protected in this digital space. In a world of control, where whispers fade, a legend emerged, a stand to be made. Pablo Crow's vision, a future so bright. Memelinked ignites, burning through the night. Memelinked rising, breaking the old mold. Crypto forge freedom, stories to be told. No shadow banning, no silent erase. Blockchain protected in this digital space. From the ashes of censorship, a phoenix takes flight, composing the voiceless, reclaiming the light. In the realm of the blockchain, our spirits ascend. Memelinked revolution, the world starts to mend. Memelinked rising, breaking the old mold. Crypto forge freedom, stories to be told. No shadow.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Pablo Crow, and like always, super bullish on crypto. Crypto set me free. Now, we have a lot going on today. I think it's going to be a very exciting day. We're going to have my old buddy Randy join us today. It's going to be bullish. Bullish. We're going to have Sharby join us here shortly later. I don't know what time. It depends on traffic. Who knows? You know how that goes. You may make it. You may not make it. Don't matter. Crypto keeps going. Now, we had a little bit of correction in the market. It's not a big deal. It has to happen, because everybody gets so bullish. Everybody starts putting a bunch of longs. Guess what? Market makers got to liquidate those longs to keep the pump going. So it is what it is. We're going to be talking about the market. We're going to be talking about Memelinked. We're going to see what the hell Randy's up to in the crypto space. I mean, that shit's important. I'm sure he's got a lot of bullish stuff to talk about. All I can tell you guys is that we're about to have the biggest bull run in crypto history. So anything that happens between now and then, just buy. Just buy. Just buy. This is the time where you just buy. Don't worry about nothing. Bitcoin literally the only one pumping. ETH hasn't even broken a new all-time high. Like, nothing's really broken a new all-time high. I mean, come on. Let's go. This is a time to buy all coins, buy meme coins. Stack up. But let me bring in our guest tonight, Mr. Randy. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, meow. How's it going, friend? What you up to?
Dude, I'm just bullish, man. Just, working around the clock. Is that time of day, like that time of season where you're just like, it's go time.
It is. It is. I woke up a little sick today, so I have been taking meetings in my bed, and nobody seemed to mind. Like everyone's just like, they kind of just went with it. So I was like, okay, cool. And I chugged a bunch of vitamin C, and I'm here with my Essentia water, the number one ionized alkaline water in the world, supposedly. I don't know. I think it helps.
Hey, man, all good stuff, right? That's all that matters. How you feeling about the market overall, man? How you feeling about it?
The thesis long-term hasn't changed. You have a bunch of these really bullish predictions, whether it's from, I mean, Michael Saylor is always bullish, right? You have Josh Mandel, the potential time traveler. You have Tom Lee on Ethereum, who's like the Asian Michael Saylor for ETH. And again, thesis hasn't changed, but I feel a little duped today where Secretary Bessent says like, yeah, we're actually not going to be purchasing any Bitcoin. We're just going to keep what we have. And then X amount of hours later, I guess he was just taking the piss, because then suddenly Trump comes in and is just like, you have to say something different. So he says, well, in addition, Treasury is committed to exploring budget-neutral pathways to acquire more Bitcoin, to expand the reserve, and to execute the president's promise to make the United States Bitcoin superpower of the world. So you have that, but then you have a talk about MicroStrategy looking to get snubbed on the S&P inclusion, despite having a couple quarters of continued growth. And then you think the F13 filings for, I think it was Vanguard, they had actually sold MicroStrategy in Q2. Like, this all came out in like a couple hours of each other, and then it's just a big push down, and I just see like just mass manipulation. It's like, which again, the thesis of Bitcoin and crypto and alt-season and all that, like that hasn't changed. It's just going to be a little messier now. Like where that scene in Ali, where Will Smith plays Muhammad Ali, goes in and he tells, I think, Angelo Dundee, like one of his trainers, he says, you don't think I can do it anymore. You don't think I got the chops anymore. It's like, and his trainer says, well, you can still do it, but the tools are different. Like you can still do it, but it's there. So, years ago when we thought of this, was like, okay, here's the way where we can get out of this rat race. Here's the way we can get out of the dollar, where the Fed just, prints it into oblivion. It always goes down. And then somewhere along the line, it changed, where it's like, okay, now we want, government's money. Now we want all. So we got it. Like we got the government's money and pumped Bitcoin to the crazy highs. But this is what you get when you get into bed with the government. You get mass manipulation. And again, the thesis hasn't changed. It's just the manipulation I see is just a little disheartening, because they're shaking out a bunch of people, and I see Ash Crypto Real like crashing out on Twitter like every day. You're like, final shaker, like F this shit, and he goes in and he like flips his computer and anyway, I feel like I've been going off on a tangent on this. What are you pulling up here?
Oh, I'm just you know how they always say, they've been saying this for a decade. Zoom out. If you're concerned, always zoom out, right? Yeah. Now, if you look back at the last cycle in 2021, we had that double top. You see that? Mm-hmm. If you look at the cycle right now, we're nowhere near a double top. So the blow off top hasn't happened. The first all-time high hasn't really happened, I feel like. So, I mean, with all that you just mentioned, all the manipulation, everything that just took place, like Bitcoin dipped like 4%. It was nothing. It was nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's like everything that happened today should have been like a black swan event. Like, oh my God, the U.S. government said no.
In February, it would have been good. In that tariff war, it 100% would have been.
That's what I'm saying. But like you look at Bitcoin only dipping a few percentages with all the negativities. Like, bro, that nobody's giving this shit up. Like nobody. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. And always look back at the previous cycles. Always. Even if you look back at 2017, like you had that double top. You had that double peak. So I mean, no matter what way you look at it, this thing's gonna pump, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
I think you still can have a double pump, like so before the talk of this super cycle, and that happens every cycle. They were like, okay, yeah, Bitcoin and ETH will pop off, and probably have a blow off top sometime in Q4, October through December, maybe November, and then all these institutions started buying. You have Metaplanet, you have obviously MicroStrategy, but then you're like, okay, well, say goodbye to the 4-year cycle. But maybe things are just delayed, and we get a blow off top in Q4. We go down for a bit, and then we have another blow off top in
quarter one
at some point next year. Because I mean, right now you still have the Fed that hasn't cut rates yet. They should in September. They should actually have 2 rate cuts this year. and you have trillions in money market accounts that are sitting on the sidelines that are ready to ape in, like they're ready to go. But with a 30-year Treasury bond sitting at like nearly 5%, like they're not going to do that right now. They're going to wait for stuff to go a bit lower, which it should. So I think once that happens, you see this just massive run up. This market melt up will be huge, and I can't wait for that. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like I am super bullish right now. I feel like people have not seen the actual pump because you know when you're in a bull market. If you were here in 2017 or 2021, everybody was fucking winning. Like everybody was winning. Like, and you jump on YouTube and every YouTuber was like calling the next 20x. Like everybody was a crypto god. Everybody was like flashing money, all this. Your grandma was calling you and say, sweetie, should I buy Bitcoin? Like a lot of shit was happening and we're not there yet. Like right now, what we have is institutions buying Bitcoin, and all of us bought altcoins and meme coins waiting for the pump, right? So that's what we have. We haven't really got that world adoption like we did in 2021 and 2017, where like everybody just all of a sudden FOMO in all of a sudden. So it's gonna take one good catalyst, and rate cuts might be the catalyst that we are waiting for.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, retail's really not in yet. I saw a video. This video is like 6 weeks old now, but this like videoception. There's multiple videos within this. One was the video from like 15 years ago, however long, where the dude with the fro was just like, "Oh my God, Bitcoin's $100," and then it was like X amount of years later where Bitcoin reached $100,000, and then it's this guy reacting to that. It's like snowing out. I think it was like earlier this year, and it's like snowing out, and he's just like, "Listen, I still have to go mow my lawn. I don't get Bitcoin. I don't get this funny money." And all of the comments, I'll grant this video was on Facebook. They're like, "Yeah, it seems scammy. Like it seems like pump and dump. It seems like," and it's like, oh, so there's this big education gap between just everyone that's in Web3 or everyone that's just in finance, even TradFi. Like there's a buddy of mine that works in the, I don't want to say this without like doxing him or anything. There's a buddy of mine that works in institutions, and maybe like 1 out of every 5 banks, you have one person in there that understands Bitcoin, and they just Bitcoin, not including anything else. So they're really playing hard to like play catch up and to like have these guys learn just about this stuff. And it's wild, even for institutions. It's wild.
It is. Right now, everybody's just playing catch up. Everybody's playing catch up. I remember like last cycle, like right before like serious things got serious, you started to see like the Asians making TikTok videos about Shiba Inu. We're gonna kill all these zeros, all these zeros. Buy $1 of Shiba Inu, buy $100 of Shiba Inu. You're gonna be a millionaire, right? So like we haven't seen none of that. Nobody's even talking about it like they did in the last cycle. Like nobody. I remember my wife sent me actually BNB. Oh, everybody's talking about this crypto on TikTok. Check it out. And I was like, BNB, really? It was like $200-$300 at the time. Like it was right before like the real pump. So I was like, none of that has happened yet. None of those events have took place. Like you haven't seen the guy on the news saying that he's gonna sell his gold bar for Bitcoin. Like you haven't seen none of these things take place. And the reason why is because retail thinks they're late for Bitcoin, right? Mentally, they think they're late. You ask anybody, your barber, people you work with, whatever, they're all going to tell you they're late to Bitcoin. Every single one. Mentally, they are, because that shit's over $120,000. Okay. But once you have like the US government or somebody that has a big brand say, you know what? We're going to be buying Ethereum. We're going to be buying Solana. We're going to be buying other cryptocurrencies, and they start talking about these names, right? And that's what's going to really kick off like a super cycle within the alt season, because now people are going to be like, oh, there's something else besides Bitcoin. Like, really? Like, what is it? How do I buy it? And that's when the masses are just kind of like funnel into this fucking tiny little funnel that's been built forever, It's gonna be awesome.
Do you have an iTrust account?
And I trust.
Yeah.
I do not. I do
It's
not.
like you could, it's a 401k where you can buy it. It started off with just the normal Bitcoin, Cardano, Solana, etc., Ethereum, obviously, and then they opened it up to more stuff. They opened it up to like Flow, which I really like. That's Dapper Labs token, where they have like NFL All Day, NBA Top Shots, UFC Strike. So like these awesome NFTs, the awesome digital collectibles. And then they started opening up, like it has Mudang now, it has Fartcoin. I was like, bro, like these are people's 401ks, and you're having them buy these meme, like they could rug. Like you, like I don't know. Like these guys might, the contracts might be renounced. I don't know if they could actually rug, but generally, yeah, it's wild. And then it got me thinking, like, I know a bunch of people with a bunch of these tokens, like Manu from Definity Markets. They're helping institutions get Bitcoin, making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. I was like, why can't he get on there? Why can't Tom from Devi? They have like the fastest blockchain in the world. Why can't they get on there? So I'm hoping that in the next couple of months, like 6 months, people get some like good quality options. And I'm not saying that Mudang can't go to the moon. I've seen a bunch of things go like in like my little merry band of cohorts that I've assembled in my Decat universe. There's a couple that are flying, and you know, just because you're a meme coin doesn't mean you can't fly. Obviously, most of them don't. Most of them are trash. But bringing up the Doge.
I am. I look at Doge a lot because to me, Doge is like a big indicator of retail. Now, when Doge moves and it starts to pump, it starts to really go. That's an indicator to me that the retail is coming in. Why? Because I don't know what it is about Doge. That's the first thing they buy when they come into the market. Like
It's true.
it's just what it is. So
Yeah.
when you see Doge like start to really move, I feel like retail is coming in. When you see Doge hit 50 cents, 60 cents, you're like, oh shit. Oh, here they come. Here they come. So I'm excited. It's just one of my major indicators when it comes to retail is Dogecoin. It always has. And it works every time. Every time.
I feel you.
Every time, bro. So but I'm with you on that. Like they're gonna be pushing all these things to the retail people because at the end of the day, retail are the ones that are gonna be extra liquidity for everyone. Yeah. It's just what it is. These institutions, they're not gonna be extra liquidity for each other. Yeah. You're not gonna have a Fidelity G on BlackRock because that's bad business. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Fidelity is not gonna G on BlackRock, bro. They're not. You know what I mean? Bankroll. They're not gonna G on BlackRock. They're all like they all work together in the real world. Chase, Morgan, all these guys, they're not gonna G on each other. They need retail to come in because that's their extra liquidity. It's what it is.
What I'm curious about is, so before I get to this, I promise there's a track in my brain. That awesome intro you had, I saw like real people there. I saw like movies, you know, I saw like Avengers. But how much of that is AI? How many people in there are AI people?
In that video, yeah. I would say about 80% of it is AI.
Okay.
Because the rest is just me adding clips, editing and doing all that. But about 80% of it is AI. Yeah.
Because I definitely noticed a good amount of it. Like, okay, this is definitely AI. And then I saw the Avengers clips and I was like, all right, well, definitely not all of this is AI. And then, but there were some where I was like, okay, this is definitely it. And then there's some that I couldn't really tell. And the reason I bring that up is because I don't know if you've seen the new, like Google VO3, like the new, so it's where they're making, and you could interact like with the world, like they essentially render a new world. And there's one video I saw where, okay, there's these two guys and they're watching something on like a laptop, like the laptop's here and the projector screen's there. And I was like, okay, well, the thing that they're watching definitely looks like AI. Like, and like I'm pretty sure that's AI. And then it was, but the two people that we were watching of like, that was not it, or that was AI also. I was like, oh, okay, I did not realize that. And then it goes out to a third person that's in this like world, he's painting his house. I was like, what the heck? Like, so it's 3 times AI. And I'm thinking if you have these, because it's getting really good now. But if you have these companies that are saying like, okay, what if we feed ChatGPT 5 and we feed it like all this info from what we know at Fidelity, from what we know at like, could they calculate could they run these simulations and calculate what they would most likely do in a scenario, and who could cheat out who first? Like someone's got to sell first, right? Like obviously there's people that have these long-term things, and that's fine.
Yep.
But I wonder how much of that is being done, and I wonder how much of that is it's like taking a Pokemon and saying like, okay, I'm going to give you all the calcium, all the carbos, all the protein, all the iron, and I'm going to spend 80,000 Pokedollars on you. But then once you get up to like level 40, level 50, you can start taking on Pokemon League by yourself, and then you generate more money than what we spent on you. I don't know how many of these big financial institutions are funding a lot of these AI companies to say like, hey, I mean, some people will do it for their own reasons. There's nuclear fusion, whatever. But how much like of finances, like how much data do they need of someone so that they could put in there to determine what financial follies they could potentially do, how they could goad them into something, and how many simulations can run? I feel like I've gone off on this tangent, and none of it might be real. like it just might not be happening.
Well, one thing I did notice, I did
Mhm.
see like a Justin Bieber fucking music video, and it was actually an AI Justin Bieber. So so what's going on is like they're using these celebrities, just their brand, their name, like Snoop Dogg, you name it, right? And they actually make commercials now with the AI version of themselves. So
Yeah.
now you have these celebrities that don't even have to fucking work. They're just like, you know what? Let me just use your name. We'll pay you. We'll make the whole video. We'll show you before we publish it. Whatever you approve it, it's good. So imagine becoming a celebrity and you don't even have to work anymore. Like they just put your face in a movie, and your only job is to come out and walk in the public and say, yes, I flew up a jet with a backpack and I landed you know what I'm saying, on the mouth of a shark. It was all me. I'm the original stunt.
Yeah.
So it's getting crazy, man. AI is just it's getting ridiculous. I agree. It's gonna get nuts. So they're gonna fight to see who's the best. Look, we're already on Grok 5, Chat GPT 5. Like,
Yeah.
it's getting crazy. So
There's a video of Sam Altman. Someone's asking him like, hey, like, when is too much too much?
mhm.
And he's like, well, every picture you see on like Instagram right now, it's at least photo edited in some way. And we're just like taking it a step further. This is a natural evolution. He's basically just saying like, F you, like we're gonna make it so that it's insane. Anyway, Decat here, that we do not use AI on our comics. It is all written by me and drawn by a guy named Kingsley. And are we number one on Memelinked again?
You are number one. You
Let's
are number
go.
one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, ticker trending has been very helpful to a lot of these communities. They kind of found each other, which is kind of neat, you know? Like everybody's just finding each other here. And you can tell if you really look at the entire communities. Like, I mean, these are communities that are growing. Like Coco, Kendu, Roaring Kitty, ourselves, Memelink. You know a lot of these guys. Hold, everybody hold. Like, a lot of these communities. Like they're actually all hardworking communities. And it's kind of funny that we're all like here. You know what I mean? So, guys, instead of buying the trending thing on Dex Tools, it's probably gonna rug tomorrow. Come to tickertrending.com. We already know how that goes.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. There was are there 834 people watching on YouTube right now? Damn.
Yeah, we're pushing 1,000 here in a minute.
Damn. Anyway,
we just did.
yeah, I gotta figure out, because I've done this a really ghetto way where I just post on X like, who wants to be part of our universe, and people come in and and if we strike a deal, it works, and if we don't, no hard feelings.
Mhm.
I should probably go through you. You got all these freaking amazing communities here, instead of just posting on X and hoping whatever comes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think it's bullish that we all have like you realize how it is. We're one person away from the next community. That's just what it is. We're literally 2-3 people away from Vitalik, 2-3 people away from CC. The space is not as big as we all think it is. It's really not.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the other day I commented under Kraken, and Kraken was talking to me. It's like, dude, like that's just how easy it is to talk on to each other.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, you know what? Tier ones, interesting. Now that's a topic that I want to talk to you about. Check this out, man. You're gonna like this shit. Let me share this screen. So CoinGecko actually posted this yesterday. Reach up to 100 more. All right, hold up. What is this? Leave me alone. I don't want to promote. Top 10 centralized crypto exchanges by market share. So basically these are the top 10 that control the space right now.
That's wild.
So Binance, Mex Global, number 2. Now, it's actually kind of crazy because if you go back a couple of years, people were like always trashing on Mex, right? Like they were just like, oh, F Mex, we don't like Mex. And today, Mex is like controlling a big market share, bigger than Gate, Bybit, OKX. Isn't that kind of wild to think about?
And when they say controlling the market share, like what do they mean? Because I feel like the volume on OKX is generally much bigger. What are they talking about volume, or are they talking about how many tokens are listed?
I think when it comes to a tier 1, it requires a lot of things, right? It's not just volume. You have volume, obviously, is 1. 2 is social media presence. That's a big one. Social media presence. And 3, users. And 4 is how many tokens are actually bringing in revenue. You get what I'm saying? So there's like 4 major things that make these tier 1s, because if you really think about it, like you can say, well, OKX is huge and they have a wallet, they have all these things, right? And you can say what you want about Gates, you can say what you want about HTX, has changed their name like 4 times, so it's hard to keep track of those guys. But you get what I'm saying? You would think crypto.com would be like up there with like the top 3. You would think, though, because crypto.com is on national TV and UFC and all these things, right? But when it comes to market share, they're talking about controlling most of the space and the people that use it the most. And I think a lot of it is because Mex Global is just so easy to create an account, so easy to use when you compare it to like a Binance or a Gate or even a Bybit. Like they're a little bit more challenging to use than Mex. So I think because of like the user friendly, it's growing quickly. What do you think about that? Kind of
that makes sense. I think there's also easier to do trades with it without KYCing. And I think that's a big thing as well. Because like I know people that have like, oh yeah, I could just use my Mexi account. I can trade up to like 30 grand at once without KYC. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how long they can kind of get away with that for. I think you need a what's that thing where you like a Norton or GP? What is the thing that would fake the GPS? I forget what that's called.
VPN.
Yeah. So they, I think a lot of people use that because I don't think you can use it in the US.
No, you can't.
Is there any
VPN?
Yeah. When can they get compliant? Probably when they do the KYC, and then they could be used in the US. But then once you do that, then it doesn't really matter. So yeah,
it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting to look at that list and be like, huh, who would have thought? I thought, normally I would think Coinbase would be number 2 all the time, and Crypto.com would be in the top 5. But just the way that they're attracting users is kind of interesting. And like you said, it's because of the way they work with KYC, and because of the U.S. regulations, and I feel like the U.S. regulations kind of hold crypto back in an aspect. Like, look, man, this is crypto, bro. If I wanted to, tell you who I am, I just go to the bank and see like I'm here. You know what I mean? It's decentralized.
That's like when Tumblr like got bought or was like valued years. It was like a decade ago, and it's like when when they shut down like the ability to do porn on there, then the value just plummeted. The active users plummeted. Like, what the hell happened? And then, why did it come back up? Oh, they allowed porn again, and then that's that's why.
That's exactly why.
Dude, this is me.
Chicken. Tell me that's not funny, bro.
Is that part of a song? Okay.
No, it's not a song. I just think the whole concept, it's hilarious.
If raccoons don't work, NFTs don't work.
It's funny. See what I mean? Because dude, NFTs were here before raccoons, right? So obviously it's a joke. I mean, you can't take that shit serious. but if you think about raccoons and NFTs, it just makes sense. They're so funny. Who doesn't think a raccoon is hilarious? They're just dumb and they do some dumb things and they're always getting hurt. And
how dare you say that about Rocket Raccoon?
Bro, he didn't want to admit he was a raccoon for the longest time. But you're right. He's one of the smart ones. He is one of the smart ones.
I love him. They had a comic with him and Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom has said hey, listen, I need help traversing the multiverse, and you're the next greatest mind next to mine. Everyone else is busy. It's all right, let's see. And it was fun. It was a great comic. I probably should read the second and third.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dr. Doom, man. The movie.
Yeah.
Robert
Doomsday,
coming back.
baby.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be a great movie. I couldn't look at the Avengers the same after Iron Man died. I'm I don't even care what they do anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still it's like when your favorite wrestler turns heel, and it's oh man, I'm gonna watch just in case he's not heel this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I'm gonna watch this movie in case it doesn't suck. And I tried to I saw the Loki shows I really enjoyed. The Spider-Man stuff after that. So there are some diamonds in the rough. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 ripped my heart out, but I still enjoyed it. But the Ironheart, which I love that character, I have a bunch of digital collectibles on Vivi, and in the first minute, they just absolutely shit on Tony Stark, and they just say do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire? I was they made multiple movies about how he does stuff without his money. He builds the Mach 1 in a cave with a box of scraps, and I lost my shit, bro. And sorry for crashing out on your space over here, but
it's all good, bro. We're just here for a good time, That's all we're here.
Yeah, they just they how dare you like when Harry Potter goes to Snape's, how dare you stand where he stood? How dare you try to bring up Ironheart by tearing Tony down? You don't need to do that. Ironheart's awesome, and I just couldn't watch it after that. Watched 1 minute and said no.
Yeah. I mean, the man created a nuclear reactor in a cave. It's actually kind of nuts, and he was attached to a battery. I mean, think about it. Tony's just a brilliant mind in the in the Marvel world, and you can't argue it. It is what it is. I'm a huge fan. I even spent $400 on that stupid mask that has the automatic words and shit.
Oh, that's awesome. Glad to say I have 23,000 followers now. Very nice.
Look at that, guys. Make sure you guys follow Randy. Follow Randy. He has a good show. He's entertaining. It's fun. It's a good time. That's what we're here for. Connections. See, in crypto, it's not luck. It's connections. The more connections you have in the space, the more money you make. It's that simple. The less connections, the grumpier you are, the broker you stay. That's just what it is.
Agreed. There's I told I had a meeting with two gentlemen today. They were looking to get more sponsors of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listen, I got very lucky, but it's just interview everyone, and you never know where, even if it's somebody that you don't know, they might have 2,000 followers or whatever, but they could know somebody that has 2 million followers. They could know somebody that has, you never know where that's going to lead. So interview everyone, get everyone on the channel, and then you might be able to get a sweet sponsorship out of it one day. And most times you don't, but just having that network of just saying well, what do you do? And it might seem boring, and they might specialize in something that like, all right, nobody's doing this. And then 8 months later, oh, this is popping off. And this person specializes in that. And then you have that connection. So agreed.
I feel you. I feel you. It's important now. I don't know if you know this, but on August 20th, we're gonna have a $100 buy event. $100.
Tell me about it.
Well, the team is gonna buy roughly like 50 plus $100 buys. The community is probably gonna do 50 plus $100 buys. Now,
Are you T-wapping?
huh?
Are you T-wapping it?
T-wapping it? What is that?
Time, weight, average price, where you like do it at like specific intervals, like every 2 hours, we're going to buy this amount across all exchanges, so that this way that buy pressure keeps up. Most people do it for like 3 to 6 weeks, give or take, and then it costs a lot of money, but you can rocket the price. Or is it just going to be on this day?
We're gonna do it. So this is gonna be more like a spark in the market, right? It's just a little something for people to witness, just to see how we move in the space. Now, we've been promoting this for roughly, let me show you this video. We've been promoting this since July 19. This video actually got 340,000 views already. So the team's going to be buying, the community's going to be buying, and then people have been hearing about this buy event that's going to take place. Now, imagine if we get like 1,000 people to join us, 10,000 people to join us to just buy $100 in MK, and let's see what we can do, right? Like shock the world, be like GameStop all over again. One of those scenarios. Now, I think it's going to be very successful because we got some cool stuff that might happen right before this. That's going to get us a lot of exposure. Now, on top of that, we are going to be reopening our social media more before this date. So people that see this event happen and they see all these buys coming in, they're going to be like, what the fuck is Memelinked, right? So they're going to go to memelinked.com and they're going to be able to see that it's a social media, and they're going to be able to create an account. They're going to be able to do these things because we have all these features that nobody knows about that hasn't been invented yet, and we're going to release them before this specific date. So it's gonna get crazy, bro. I think it's gonna be a very interesting day. Obviously, this is just another day, but it's another day to get quality exposure.
I'm putting nuts, it in the calendar.
Yeah, we're just gonna be buying off. We're gonna start at 4 p.m. on August 20th, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're just gonna be buying. We're gonna be buying till midnight, till we run out of money. At least on the budget for this.
All right. And what's it say? $5,000 what?
Oh yeah. So we're throughout the whole month we've been having an event. Whoever got the most honest views and honest interactions and honest this by promoting this video, we're giving away $5,000. Yeah. 3,000 in ETH and 2,000 in Memelinked. So you know, yeah. There's a few guys that already like over 100,000 views, and they've just been pushing their page like crazy. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how this pays out. One thing for sure, though, the one thing that will happen, people will be curious enough to see what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah,
and that's all you need. All you need is to create that curiosity, like what's happening over here. After that, if people are smart, they'll do a little bit of research. They'll see what we're building. And we might actually create a massive army this way.
This would be cool.
It'd be cool to watch. Experimenting.
Yeah. I would. I have a podcast that night. Actually, do I have a? What time is? Oh, I know. I have a podcast at 1, so I'll cover that when I go live at 8 that night.
Well, that'd be bullish.
I'll 100% do that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're probably going to be having a open Twitter Spaces for the like 3 to 5 days going into August 20th. So you might see my live stream 24/7 for a week going into this. It's gonna get fucking crazy, bro. I might go to sleep, come back, the live's still going on, get back on, talk to people, go, do whatever, come back, it's still going on. And I think we're definitely gonna attract some people going into this event. It's gonna be fun.
My longest was 69 hours, so I believe in you.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do
Yeah.
it.
You got this.
Yeah, I'll leave this shit running, playing a fucking recording all day. Whatever. I'll be like Terminator. A John Connor message. Imagine.
100 hours. Oh, it'd be insane.
This is the resistance. Some shit like that. That'd be good, bro. It would be good. It would be awesome. But yeah,
I
man.
love those memes where it says like John Connor looking at us as we're like telling all our deepest, darkest secrets to AI, and he's like Homelander, like just me mugging us.
What do you think about OMI and Bebe? BB.
Yeah.
Do you know what these are?
Of course, of course.
Oh, you got a hat? You got a hat?
Is the largest digital collectibles platform in the world, having partnerships with Marvel, DC, Lamborghini, Star Wars, Aston Martin, Disney, 250 plus licenses, and my IP, Decat, is going to be on there, and everything can be bought. All those NFTs can be bought on the secondary market with the OMI token on a place called Stacker, so you can buy all this stuff with crypto. It's and OMI is the token that powers their metaverse, their VVverse. Every single time you transact on the secondary market with Stacker, with OMI, it burns OMI, thus creating a scarcer supply. You guys do a bunch of that as well. You buy and burn a ton. And there's, aside from the partnerships, I see a lot of these big, like the big name NFTs, like Pudgy Penguins, Bored Apes. There are Moonbirds. Moonbirds are like a $12,000 floor now, and back in April they were like $400. And the fact that they've gone this crazy, they've done like a 30x, partially is because ETH has run, which is fine, but also because like NFTs are slowly starting to come back, and you have it with Other Side or Other Deed with Bored Apes, and you have it with all these airdrops, and that's what like BB does. Their specific NFTs, like they have like first appearance, like Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, Darth Vader, Superman, Batman, like they have all the most important IP in the world. They've sold over 10 million NFTs. They have like 1.4 billion in secondary sales on their secondary market. But what's important about them is that their own IP, VV, they have this thing called the VV logo, and there's 500 of them, really more like 420 because some were lost, some are like done. And they give away stuff every year if you hold that logo. And it's speculated that the CEO teased that you might actually get a small bar of gold, like a 1 ounce bar of gold this year. And I have 3 logos. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this bread. So like first appearance, Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney, it's a double first appearance, is like $1,500, and the logo is like $5,000. So they're like, it's clear that when you go and you give utility to an NFT, it goes in and takes on that life of its own. And the utility of this no-name IP makes that particular NFT much more valuable than first appearance Mickey and Walt, which is bananas. But that NFT digital collectible bull run hasn't really hit yet. We see it on the outskirts. It's like we have this. It's like we're in town, and the town is really shitty. But then we see like this gentrification coming in. We see all these. We see like the higher class people come and buy up all like the criminals' houses. They give them stuff they can't afford, and that's what we're seeing with ETH. We see ETH rising, all of the big name NFTs that are rising as well, and it's slowly going to trickle in here. And I can't help but think that, like, I don't know if crypto dick butts will be here 10 years from now. I don't know if autoglyphs will be here 10 years from now. But I guarantee you, Baby Yoda Grogu is going to be here 10 years from now. I guarantee you that Spider-Man and Batman, Superman will be here 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bet on that. That's what I'm betting on. One of my largest holdings is in the OMI token. First is Definity, then it gets hard. When you value your bags, do you take a look at like, okay, I own part of the crypto and I own part of the company, or do you just say like, I own this amount of crypto and these are my biggest bags, and you don't include parts of the company?
No, I mean, like, it's kind of different for me because I'm actually the developer of Memelinked. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's hard to say. I feel like with Memelinked, I'm all in, right? Because I know what's happening in the back end. I know what I'm building. I know all these things, right? So with Memelinked, I can gladly say that I'm heavily invested, not just as in the token itself, but also in the investment of the company, right? Because I am running it like a LLC. I am running it like a full-on business. Now, my other coins, like I hold Cardano, VeChain, and Crow, I consider myself just a quality investor, right? Because I've been holding those fuckers for a long time since they bottom out. With Crow, I sold it last cycle at like 90 cents, and I waited for that thing to just collapse so I could buy back in. And that's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I did. So with those, I'm just an investor. I don't really do anything. I don't really help the communities at all. I just hold. I hold with them. That's it. See
You're
what I'm
not working for those bags. You're just like, yeah, it'll be fine.
dude, like if I wasn't there, they would still be fine. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it right now. When you realize that you're just, with the big blue chips, you're just a number at that point.
Yeah.
It's not like down here at the bottom with what we're building. Like we're building from the ground up. It's a lot different. Like there are the communities that are with us, they're building the next blue chip with us. So the sentiment will be a lot different. It would be a lot different. Like with Crow for me, I was there when like Chris was doing the shilling. You know what I mean? I was there when Chris was like being a dev, like pushing his coin. See what I'm saying? He doesn't do that anymore because obviously crypto.com blew up so big, but
Yeah.
there was a time where he wasn't that guy and he was like working for his token. So those people are just part of it. The people with us today, they're just part of the next level of history, bro. I'm telling you.
There's so my own IP would be Decat. We've done I think a very good job, and I think I messed up. I sold 5% of the IP, like that valuation. It was at like 150K valuation. I was like, probably should have waited, because now that we're about to get on Vivi, and now that we're gonna have like an anime in like the next 2 years, it's like, okay, this blue sky valuation is gonna go. It's gonna go pretty hard. Have you ever thought about selling just part of your, whether it's the raccoon collection, like just the IP rights, or part of the company, or part of the channel? Have you ever thought about selling part of your social media?
No, no,
Why not?
mostly because I don't need the money. That's the main reason. Like I already
It's
made
usually the best time to raise funds, though, when you don't need it.
It's true. Like I can raise money pretty easy. Like it's not hard for me to raise money. But I don't know. Like I haven't really thought about selling anything. I don't feel like I'm there because look, if I sell anything now, what my brand, what my token, what everything that I'm building will be worth 2-3 years from now, I'm actually going to be very upset that I sold a percentage of it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like when you're building your crypto bag, for example, right? You as an investor, think about it as an investor. You sacrifice going out to dinner. You sacrifice buying that nice car. You sacrifice those vacations. Why? Because you're trying to set yourself free. Like you're working to become a free man, right?
It's I wish people. I'm sorry. Keep going.
But when you make it, there's the next level. The next level is you build a brand, you build a company, you build an enterprise, you build a corporation, whatever you want to call it. And that next level has another next level. It just depends how far you want to go, how deep you want to follow that rabbit hole, right? For me, I feel like I want to get to the next level. This level is okay for me, but it's not the level I want to leave for my children's children, if that makes sense.
Of course.
Retire the bloodline.
Of course.
See what I mean? Now, these OG raccoon collection, this is live. We're minting right now. I don't know if you've seen these, but they're funny as hell.
Is that why you showed me the Batman raccoon one?
I mean, they look like this. They're actually gonna be characters in a mobile game. So we're gonna pick about 20 of these raccoons, and they're gonna be in a fighting game. And you guess what the name of the game is? It's gonna fucking make you laugh, bro. It's
Okay.
so funny. Let me show you because you're never gonna guess. Let
Do
me
they
see.
have guns?
Do they have guns? Yes, they'll have guns. They'll have
Okay, good.
swords. They'll have swords, guns, knives. They're gonna have all kinds of shit. But let me show. Let me blow it up for you. Where the fuck is it? I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. Jesus. You know, sometimes when you want to find something, you just can't. You ever
Yeah,
have that issue?
I get
Like
that all the time. Yeah.
like you're talking about it and you think about it, but then you can't think about it. All right, let's see. Here we go. I found it. Let me show you. Let me share this screen real quick.
Bring
Check it out.
this up. Okay, let's go.
Check it. I'll play it for you. It's like a minute. Oh man, what am I doing? You ever do that?
Yeah.
Check it out. These are the one of one.
It's gonna launch a million furries.
Yeah.
With the Kame house in the background. The green okay.
Look at this shit.
I see. Regita, not Regita. That knife got so close to the face.
You like that? The knife?
It got like so close to the face. Yeah, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, like it's like he's so shocked too. He's like, oh my god, no.
Yeah. So you know how when obviously in Mortal Kombat you say fatality, right?
Mhm.
So obviously we can't use the same words because you don't want to get copyrights. So we use kunality.
Speaking of copyright, so for like the Marge Simpson, Green Ranger, Pink Ranger, are they different enough where you're okay? They are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They are. They're different enough that they won't cause you any problems. The fact is, they're in a body raccoon. First of all, they're raccoons. So
Yeah.
the Green Ranger is just wearing a raccoon costume, a ranger costume. So yeah, we're good, man.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's cool. That's pretty dope. I can't wait to see some gameplay.
It'll be fun, bro. It'll be fun. And what's gonna happen? Anybody that obviously that holds 3 or more NFTs, they're actually gonna fall into a liquidity pool where they can share revenue from the mobile game. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, this will be our third game that we create. We already have 2 that are on the App Store that are already on Google Play. So it's pretty cool. This will be our third game to develop, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. The name is hilarious, though. Don't you like the name? Trash Panda.
So when you make these games, like it's clear that you have made money on them, or else you wouldn't have made the second and third. How I guess it's become more efficient to make these games, especially with the rollout of ChatGPT 5. They're like, okay, we could just put a bunch of code in, do this, and you don't have to answer specifics. So I'm curious, like, how much of a cash cow is this? Do any of the proceeds or profits go to like buybacks? Like how is it? I know, like, getting a bunch of the NFTs, you have this liquidity pool, you can share revenue. Does it benefit the project in other ways? I want to know it all.
Definitely. So this specific collection, the OG collection, the Trash Panda game, all this is only for the NFT holders. That's it. This will only benefit the NFT holders. We build a specific game just for those people, right? Just for those people. Now, the other games that we have, it's actually very simple. You can just Google PabloCrow.com. I wanted to use my name just because it's easy to find. But these other games that we have Kishi Bros, which is, oh, dude, it's hilarious. Check it. Look at it.
Why is he holding poop?
You'll see why.
Okay. And the golden. Okay.
There's the poop. See, Pepe? And you can download this right now if you want. But see, you see the poop on the head? Wait till he grabs it.
Oh, that's cool.
See the poop right there? Like, and then he throws it. Like,
I saw 3 power-ups. There was this one, there was a Super Saiyan one, and then, okay, this one. That's cool. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's dope.
dope. Look at that. Oh. Ain't that cool?
That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so you guys can download it on Kishi Bros. You can download it on the App Store, on Google Play, and then we got Monkey Kong Racing, which is basically what it sounds like. It's like a race car game where monkeys and characters and whatever. So
Yeah.
To answer your question, these 2 games are going to bring revenue into the ecosystem for buybacks and burns. Now, right now, they're only on phase 1. They have only been able to bring revenue with ads, right? Ads revenue. That's the only way they brought some revenue.
Yeah.
We have used some of that revenue to do small buybacks and burns, like $1,000 here, $1,000 there. But when we release phase 2 of these games, it's going to have a marketplace. In the marketplace, you're going to be able to buy weapons, clothing, coins, gems, all these other things. Right now, that right there, that's where the real money is for games. When you get a marketplace.
Yeah.
Now that we'll probably roll it out later this year, like towards the end of the year. We'll have this marketplace go live full throttle, probably for all 3 games, including Trash Panda Takedown. So all these games are just going to make revenue. Now, if you think about gaming, gaming is a very unique but difficult market. Okay, one, what a lot of crypto people try to do, they try to integrate the NFTs into the game, or they try to integrate the game into the blockchain, or they just complicate things, right? I don't need to integrate Kishi Bros to the blockchain for a 7-year-old to play. It's not necessary. What I need is that 7-year-old to go tell mom, I need $3 to buy some gems so I can upgrade my Shiba Inu. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need. So when you think about 1 million children spending $1 or $2 or $3, now you're talking about $3 million a day, $2 million a day. That's the long-term vision of these games. Now, when you think about marketing these games, this is where it gets tricky, because one thing, you can be a good game developer, right? How do you market it? How do you get it out to the people so they know about it? Well, marketing is what we do best. That's what Memelink's all about. We got tickertrending.com. We are going to have a social media platform of our own. Marketing is what we do. So we're going to utilize our social media, all our platforms, everything we have to market these games when they're at full throttle, right? And that's how we're going to make them blow up. And that's how we're going to make revenue. And that's how we're going to do unlimited buybacks and burns for the token.
Could be a lot of buying pressure here as this releases. That'd be dope.
It's going to be a lot, bro, especially because we already bought and burned like 95% of the supply. So we launched with 1 billion tokens, and we just, for the last 6 months, we've been buying an average of like $10,000-$20,000 a month, or even more sometimes. So we've been buying a lot. Tickertrending.com, in about 3 months, it brought over $150,000 in revenue in 3 months. And we bought all of it, with the whole thing. I didn't even, like, all the development that I done with Memelink, I spend it out of my own pocket, the whole thing. And everything that we have revenue, I have used it to buy back and burn. And the reason why is because I'm looking at the long term of the project, like long term. Like when Memelink has 1 million users and they're all verified paying $10 a month, $15 a month, I don't really care what I spend. See what I'm saying? Because that's going to generate $10-15 million in revenue for a social media. And it's a no-brainer, bro. It's going to happen. It's pretty crazy.
So there is a chance. Well, I mean, probably it'll happen eventually, but financial goals be like, and I don't know how old you are. I feel like we're around the same age. You look younger, but I think you have an older son that makes you probably a little bit older.
I'm in my mid-30s, yeah. Mid-30s.
Do you have like okay, billionaire by 40, or is it just like I'll deal with like 200 million by 4? Like, do you have financial goals on how to do that?
Well, I don't want to sound cocky. You know what I mean? I do not, but I truly believe I will be a billionaire by the time I'm 40. Like, I truly believe it.
Yeah.
And the reason why, I'll give you some facts and data, because one thing is just saying it, and another thing is like how, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Let's see if I have it right here, close to me. I tweeted it not that long ago. It was, where the fuck is it, man? Don't you hate this shit? Well, here we are again.
All the time.
All the time. There was, I swear it was more recent. Let me refresh this. Sometimes you go too fast that you miss it, right?
Yeah.
Too fast that you miss it. So there was a tweet that I did that talked about social medias, and this was because of somebody in my community pulled this out, but this is facts that I already knew. Now, what's crazy about social media, if you go to like the App Store right now, the App Store, right? How many social medias is there? Think about that. You might.
Oh, God, it's insane.
Well, how many do you think?
How many social, like, well, it depends. Like, I mean, does Memelinked like does every website count as a social media?
No. Basically, a social media is where you can, let's say, follow each other, post family stuff, friend stuff, pictures, videos, family and friends orientated with some memes in there. Think about it like that, like TikTok, Facebook. Because like there's some things that you can't really do anything. Like, for example, pump
Because
fun.
like Telegram wouldn't count then, right? Because you can't
No.
really follow. Oh,
No.
okay. So then, yeah, very few then. I
Very
was
few.
thinking like if we're just
Because
talking about.
Because
Sorry,
think about Telegram, for example. Like, there's really like there are groups, right? You have, it's like Group Me. Group Me is the same thing. Like, you just put like 20 people in a group text, for example, and we just talk to each other. Telegram's a lot similar to that. You can create that with your mobile device, like your iPhone or even your Android. You can create a group text where everybody just talks within that group. But that doesn't expand. It doesn't attract the outside in, right? It's just your inner circle, your little people. They hang out. See what I'm saying? So think about social media where you can post something and other people that you never met can see it.
Then I would say very, very few, because then WhatsApp doesn't even work because WhatsApp, yeah. So a dozen, maybe 2 dozen. Like, I would think there's very, very few. I assume you have the actual numbers. Let me know.
I do. There's less than 20 social medias. Because even Pinterest is kind of like a social media, but it's really not, because you're just looking at each other's pictures and there's no comments, there's no interactions. See what I'm saying? So they are very limited. Let's see, social media net. Let me show you. I can't find the picture I'm looking for. I might have to just post it because I have it on my phone.
Do it.
Just
post it in the comments.
Yeah, I'll just post it in the comments here in a minute.
I'm just watching this guy realize he's got a quarter in his wallet like 30 times.
Bro, like, that's how we feel sometimes buying the dip, right? Like, when you buy the dip, it's like, come on. How many times?
I thought several times, like, I'm just going to post, I'm done buying, and I'm just going to enjoy my life. And then, like, things like, oh, I can't, look at these prices. Like, so that's the question I wanted to ask you. A few girlfriends ago, like.
Few girlfriends ago.
Yeah, and clearly it still affects me. She, like, didn't get it. She, like, didn't. Oh, hold on. We'll get back to that. Let's go to these.
So,
okay.
You know some of these, right? Meta. You know Meta. Reddit.
What the heck is NetEase?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what that is, do you?
I have no idea what that is.
Do you know what Snap is? Snap Inc. No.
Yeah,
clue.
yeah. But
you know what that one is?
I assume Snapchat.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Match.
Is that like Match.com, the dating website?
Might be. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what Weibo is. Sounds like Wumbo from Patrick Star. Wumbo.
Look at Yala.
I don't know Yala. I don't think I know Hello. I've heard of Sprout, but I don't really know what it is.
Now, look at the market caps. All in the billions, right?
Yeah.
Now, these market caps are non-diluted. So in a diluted market cap, these will all be over 100 billion. All of them. See what I'm saying? So when you think about social media is not like Game 5. Game 5, there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of games. Like, it can get flooded, right? With games. Social media is very limited. Very, 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 very limited. So, for example, we get Memelinked on the App Store. People will see it. There's no questions about it. They will see it because there's not that many. It's so easy marketing. So easy. Billions of people will see it in the app stores. Easy. Now, what's really crazy is none of these that I'm showing you in front of you, none of them support crypto.
Huh.
None of them take crypto payments. None of them are crypto friendly.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
Well,
blow your
Trump
mind?
Media they don't have. Well, I guess on their site, I guess they don't. Yeah.
They don't take crypto payments.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So not only are we going to enter a market where it's like a small percentage of a market, like there's no competition, but we're going to be the first one to have like crypto payments for subscriptions, crypto payments for marketing, crypto payment for whatever you want, your verifications. You're going to be able to like do everything that you do on Dex tools, that you do on CoinMarketCap, that you do on Twitter, that you do on Facebook, on TikTok, YouTube. You're going to be able to do all those things all in Memelinked, all within one application. That's why I believe that I will be a billionaire by the time I'm 40. Because we're going to build in a market that's very limited, and we're going to be the first one to build what Elon's been talking about for the last 5 years, what Meta has been talking about for the last 5 years. We're going to be the first ones to actually do it. That fucking crazy?
That's the other thing. The and you could I don't know if there's a appropriate way to ask this, so I'm just going to drag it out and say the partner, your mates that had mothered your children, are y'all still together?
What? Well, I'm married, if that's what you mean. I am married.
Okay.
My first set of children that I had with my first wife, I got divorced, and I actually got to keep and raise the children myself.
Nice.
So yeah, like honestly, like even with the woman that I am right now, my current wife, I would give her $500 million without question, because she let me do whatever I want. When I told her I was closing my business because I had a welding company, and I was like, I'm going to close my welding company, and I'm going to go full throttle, all in on crypto.
And did you have kids with her at this point?
Yeah.
And okay, so that's a risk. And there was no pushback?
There was no pushback. She just asked me, like, she just asked me, like, so, like, how are you gonna pay the mortgage? Like, how are you gonna feed us? Like, and I'm like, in about 30 days, I will make enough money that I will cover the expenses. And I shit you not, once I went full throttle on crypto, I never once looked back. Isn't that crazy? I got into, I opened my YouTube. I did all these things, right? And I found a way to create revenue. Boom, like that. It was crazy.
That not to put your wife on a pedestal here, but that like needs to be studied, because there are not that many women. I think that this might be a testament to how dumb a lot of guys are, that like think they can do a lot of stuff and then they can't. And I think women are pretty good at judging the abilities of their mates, generally speaking. Obviously, there's exceptions to that rule. But I feel like I've definitely seen stories about guys as like, I want to try to do this, and the wife talks them out of it. And obviously, and granted, a large amount of those times the wife was probably correct. But yes, I know there's a few of those times like, oh man, why did you listen to her? Because that's I've seen them like essentially rob the husbands of future gains, which would be millions, multiple millions of dollars. So a few girlfriends ago, there was someone that just, she never said not to do it. I did it. I didn't have that balance where I was like, okay, a little bit of the business and then obviously a little bit of time with the girl, and that was on me. How old were you when you did this? How old were you when and how were you able to find that balance? Because that's something that I still struggle with.
Well, so my current wife, when I met her, I was a single father of 3, right? Which is already hard. It was already hard. And when I told her, look, I already got 3 fucking kids, like, if we're gonna be together, then you're basically gonna be the mom to these children because the mom's not really around anyways.
Yeah.
You know, so that right there was already the beginning of something crazy. Because I mean, first of all, how many women will take a broke guy? Because I was broke. I was working on a regular job as a welder, and I was living in an apartment with 3 kids.
Okay. I thought you had like some stuff saved up and be like, it's all right, honey. We'll have, I have a few months if I can't do this after. Okay, you were.
No.
What?
So when I met her, like, I was broke, right? Then after we had our first kid, I told her I was going to quit my job and start my welding company. Okay. And I was literally like, I had like $500 to my name. And it was like, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to start my own welding company. And she asked me back then, like, how are you going to pay for everything? Well, I'll figure it out. I'll generate enough money as a welder and a business, and I'll put it together. Right. And worked out great. 5 years later, that welding company became a multi-million-dollar company, and it did very well. Like, I already had working for me. I was at the top of my game when it comes as a entrepreneur, corporate guy, right? And then I told her after the first time, the second time I told her I'm gonna quit all that and I'm gonna go all in on crypto. So she was like, "You're gonna close your company, your business is doing really well that you worked so hard for the last 5 years, and you're gonna go all in on what?" And I was like, "On crypto, digital, non-real money that you can't really do shit with it, but you just like buy it and like."
You did not sell that well at all. Like,
It was horrible. It was horrible. But she was like, "Well, if you think you're gonna make it in that, I guess. But it's kind of crazy to like shut down your company." I was like, "Look, the worst thing that can happen is I can always open it back up and I can go back to work and I can go back to being unhappy, or I can figure it out and we can, set ourselves free at a young age, right?" And she was like, "Oh, whatever, do it." And then I went all in on crypto, and before you knew it, things worked out. Met the right people, and I was able to walk away with the last bull run with a few $1,000,000. And thanks to this bear market, I was able to duplicate it some more. So it's been great, man. Like, I think if you're out there and you're listening, don't be afraid. Like, just do it. Like, don't be afraid. Just go out and fucking build this empire that you want to build. Like, you might get rug a few times. You might get, you might lose most of your money a few times, but eventually you're going to learn from your experience. You're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to pull it off. It's going to work.
There's this guy. Do you know Dastardly from Crappy Bird?
Yes.
I didn't know this. Like, we have him on the other day on me and Sharby's show, the one that supposed to have you on, but I think you were doing me. You were snoozing. Yeah. We get him on, and he's just like, and we just go over the origins. He's like, "Yeah, I was rugged twice in the same week." And I'm like, "What?" It was from like the original Crappy Bird. It's like, oh no, it was wild, and I love that raccoon. That's adorable. Yeah, I if you just and granted, you have to have a certain amount. You have to have that hard work, that certain amount of intelligence. Got to be, but I honestly believe that if you just work super hard and you just outwork people, because most people, I see the majority of at least like millennials of like my generation, that's just like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I worked 40 hours this week." It's like, bro, that is fucking nothing. And I like want to lose my shit over them because like you deserve, and I'm so sorry, everyone that's listening that is in this, like, if you're tired after working 40 hours a week and it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to, like, what about weekends? Like what? Like, well, I'm recovering from the week. Like, you have 16 hours. You're not at work to recover. And that's just like, so I have zero sympathy, in the same way that a lot of people say you get into Bitcoin at the price you deserve. A lot of people live the lifestyles that they deserve to live because of the choices that they made. And again, and maybe this is like borderline sociopathic, where I work from the time I get up till the time I go to bed. Well, except for today, I've been sick, so I did take a little nap. I had a break between like 5:30 and like 7, so but yeah, outside of that, working all the time. So yeah, I forget where I was going with this, but
well, you got to work harder. That's all
you
there is
do.
to it.
You do. Oh yeah, you were doing like the Shia LaBeouf. Just do it.
Just
Yeah,
do
you
it.
gotta
You
jump
got
right
to
in.
do it. You got to do it. Look, when I got involved in crypto, like I already had children, right? I already had a wife. I had a job. I had a night business that I was trying to start out. I was like, there was so many things that like I didn't even know like how I got involved in crypto, to be honest with you. Like it was just one of those things that just kind of fell in my lap, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. And I added it to my 10,000 things that I was already doing in life, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, all of us, whether you have children, you don't have children, you have a wife, you don't have a wife, you have a significant other, you're alone, we all only have 24 hours. All of us.
Yeah.
Nobody's special and gets an extra hour. Nobody's special and gets extra treatment. Like if you fall into the percentage of the population that are born poor, because I'm sure you were born poor.
I was born in Peru. That was
Yes.
the worst spawn spot in the history of the world.
So everybody, most of us that are even on the show right now, we were born poor.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter if you're light skinned, dark skinned. If you're born poor, you're poor. That's just what it is. Now, what you do from there on as you grow up, it's your fault. If your mother that barely had any money and took you to adulthood, and then you never make it, it's now your fault.
Right.
It is now your fault. So you have to be the chain that you break in your family. You have to be the chain that you break, because my mother would always tell me, oh, just work really, really hard, get a career, get a nice, comfy job where you can work your way up into management and all these things. And I'm like, mother, I appreciate you raised me. I love you, but I cannot take financial advice from you. Like, and it was one of those situations where I could tell that I upset her because she didn't understand what I meant. It sounded very fucking rude. But I was like, look, I'm going to read a book called The Magic of Thinking Big, The Richest Men in Babylon. Like I'm going to go to this convention with this rich guys talking how he lived in a trailer park and became rich and figure out a way. Like I'm going to listen to those people because those people have the boat, the house, the car, the money that I want to have. So I changed my direction of who I listened to, and I focused on, I was always the brokest person in the room, always, my whole life. Like that's what I was doing. If I was the richest guy in the room, I would leave. I'd be like, this is not my room.
Yeah.
I got to go to be the brokest guy. I want to be there, the one that think like, you fuckers are spending that much money on water? Like, holy shit. I want to be that guy. See what I'm saying? So when you change the mentality and you become the guy that's always the brokest one in the room, you level up and you level up and you level up and you level up. And before you know it, you have an audience of 1,300 people watching you watch this fucking raccoon drink water. You see what I'm saying? So everybody that's listening with us today, Randy, they're here because they're searching. They're searching for a way out or a way to improve their life. It's like the Matrix, bro. It's like they're searching, right?
And I think some people need, and you probably tell your audience this all the time, the lessons that you inculcate in them. Like I've seen people down there saying that you will mint millionaires from your audience, and hopefully I will too. But there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door, and it really hammers home the HODL, it really hammers home like you don't keep up with the Joneses. There's one example where there's two doctors. They both make like $500,000 a year, and after the course of like 7 years or 10 years, one's worth like $7 million, and the other's worth like $500,000. Like, wait a minute, after 10 years, how is it possible that there's this stark difference? And it's like in the military, and this was wild. This was a wild story. Like a chaplain came in once, like, listen, bad shit is going to happen to you, and you can. It's like dropping 2 bottles from a counter, and are you going to be the bottle that shatters into a million useless pieces, or are you going to be the bottle that breaks into a jagged weapon? And I was like, oh my god, this guy's getting me pumped. And you have this one guy that is going on vacation multiple times per month. He has a big mansion, and he, spends, like tens of thousands of dollars, like each month, just on frivolousness. And the other guy that's worth, like almost $10 million, he doesn't. He drives a sensible car. He has like a 2-bedroom house, and he goes on vacation like twice a year instead of, like twice a month. And if you want to keep up with the Joneses, you can do that, but that is a broke mentality. Like the real wealthy people go in, and they, at least to start, when you don't have much money, like drink water. You don't need soda. You don't need alcohol. You don't need that shit. Drink water's free, and that's all. Like, you don't have to have these like crazy dinners. You could just have eggs. You could have bread. Like, you can. I went so crazy in 2017, 2018, building my first business. I was living on like $5 a day, where it would be Taco Bell, it would be peanut butter rolled in breadcrumbs, so I could save money and I could go in and put everything into the business. And I started with a couple $1,000, and by I think like October 2019, I had 100K net worth. 2021 went to millionaire, and then when it was all in crypto and I round tripped it, that 1.3 million in crypto went to like that. I still have that specific amount. It's like 50K. But then what did I do over the last few years? Did I sit there and cry and be like, oh no, I now have outside of the crypto that I had, now I have 1 million in net worth again, because I fucking grinded and I just fucking nonstop. And you can strip a millionaire away from his millions, he'll be a millionaire again in 4 years. If you give a poor person that doesn't know how to spend money $1 million, they'll be poor again in a few years. I feel like I went off on this tangent. So sorry.
No, you're so right. Because look, like in 2021, I had a group of friends, a group of people that I knew. There was probably roughly between 5 and 10 people in this group, right? Every single one of them made a little over $1 million. Every single one in that group. We all grinded 2020. We accumulated. We did all these things, right? And in 2021, literally everybody in that group, that 10 people, they all broke $1 million. Every single one except me still kept their millions. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what they did. Okay. Three of them, they round trip, like you said, like you did. But when they round trip to the bottom, they pulled out and quit. Okay, you didn't quit. That was a big thing from you. 3 of them quit. 3 of them out of 10. 3 quit. That's 30% already quit, right? The other 3%, they took it and they gambled at the entire bear market, right? And they lost everything. Like they lost it all. So that's 60% already done, right? Yeah. The other 3 that were in that group, they all went and bought a nice truck. They went out on vacations. They did all these things, right? They're in the bear market. So they spent all the money they made. They spent all of it.
That is wild to me.
I was 1 out of 10 that actually, and you know what I did? I'll tell you what I did. I didn't change my lifestyle at all. I still drive the same truck I did in 2020, because that's when I bought a brand new truck in 2020. I still drive my same truck. My wife still drives her same car. Like, we live in the same house. We spend the same money we did 5 years ago today, right? For our expenses. Like, we didn't up our our way of life just because we made more money. We stay the same. And what I did, I took that money, I put it over in the stable coins, and I waited. I waited for Bitcoin to dip. I waited for Ethereum to dump. I waited for Cardano, VeChain, all the ones that I knew that I was like, I knew these would come back, right? I waited, and what did I do? I bought more. And now today, the bull run hasn't even happened, and I have more money today than I did when I first made all that money back in 2021. And the bull run hasn't even really happened yet, right? And what I'm telling everybody right now is like, look, if you make $1 million this cycle, because most of you will, like everybody here today, like most of you will make over $1 million. I'm telling you, you will.
Just don't fumble the bag. Don't get shaken out. Sorry, keep going.
Don't get shaken out. Don't G too soon. Because if you G at 50K, you're never going to see $1 million. If you G at 100K, you're never going to see $1 million. That's just what it is. Okay. So like he said, don't fumble the bag. Second of all, when you make your first $1 million, don't go and spend it all of a sudden, right? Don't do that. A lot of people, this is the mentality. I'm going to tell you. The mentality of people are like, as soon as I make $1 million, I'm going to cash it all out. I'm going to pay my mortgage. I'm going to pay my entire debt. That's their mentality. That's how they think. And you know what happens when you do that? You are debt free, but you're not financially free. So that means that you're going to go back to work on Monday because you still have to feed yourself. You still have to pay for things. You still have to have a way of life. So even though you're debt free, you will slowly get back in debt over time. So what you need to do is you need to put that money away like you never made it. And you need to wait for the bottom of the next market. You need to wait. And you need to buy the bottom. And you need to duplicate that $1 million because that 1 million is not enough. I'm telling you, it's not enough. I pay myself like 100K a year to survive with the size of my family. Some of you guys might be able to survive with less, but let's say 50,000. Let's say you live really cheap. You spend 50 grand. You pay $500,000 your house off, and you pay taxes. You're down to like 200-300K. You will live for 2 to 3 years max with that money, and you will go broke.
And a lot of people have this like high water mark where if you have, let's say you have usually have a couple grand in the bank, but once get a bonus, Christmas bonus, things happen. Suddenly you get, now you have 12,000 in the bank. I got to spend it. And that's what, and they have this high water mark, and anything above that, they just automatically spend because it seems like a lot of money to them. The easiest way to go broke is to never change that, because then you're constantly spending that down. It's to try to think of 10K as nothing. Think of 10K as broke, and then think of 20K as broke, and then think of it as like, okay, well, I have, these investments. Like I don't touch my crypto. I don't sell it. If something were to go, like if when one of my things goes like, let's say like 20x and the others aren't really moving yet, I will take a piece of that and move it into other stuff. I'm not going to cash the whole thing out, depending on what it is. Most of the stuff I have will probably do a lot more than that. So it's not bad to roll in your profits, but I am not going to sell my crypto to pay my bills. I'm not going to sell my crypto to like that. That is there. If anything, the extra money that I have coming in is only going to be used to buy more crypto as we buy the dip, like the umpteenth time. But
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Buy the dip. The money that you make this cycle, this is not it. You need to think about the overall future of yourself, your family, and how things are gonna pay off. That's what you got to think about. You have to think about that because a lot of you guys that are watching right now, I know this because you're in my community and I watch it. A lot of you guys will cheat for $2,000, $5,000, and they'll take that money and they'll buy the next hype thing and lose it all. And it's like, look, if a project can make you a quality project, we're not talking like just a quick pump and dump, but we're talking about a quality project. If a quality project can make you $10,000, you don't think that $10,000 can turn into 100, or that 100 into $1 million. The reason why I say that is because when you're building a quality project over time, think about like BNB, for example. BNB is a perfect example of quality over time. As Binance was growing, people were buying BNB at $1, $2. Like they were buying it for cheap and they were selling it for $5, $10. Like a 5x, they're happy. 10x, they're happy. Think about all those people that get a BNB today, where they would be. Like, just think about it. Now, you look where they're at in life, nothing's changed. They're still broke, they're still hustling, they're still in the trenches. Nothing changes. So you have to change the way you think. If a quality project is making you money, let it continue to make you money. If the idea is smart, then let it grow. If it's a dumbass idea and you happen to make a few bucks and you got lucked out, hey, take your money. I agree with you. But if the idea makes sense, like what you were talking about, BB, earlier, that like the idea makes sense. It's not one of those ideas where you just like, oh, I'll put $1,000 and when it does a 2x, I'm gone. See what I'm saying? It's one of those ideas that you're like, you know what? I'm gonna put $1,000 and I'm gonna let it see what it does over the course of time. And that's how you got to look at it. And that's how you make a lot of money. Quality projects.
I mean, you're going to have the things that don't make sense that run up, and so I've often said, like for the cat, I can probably justify a $10 million market cap at some point this bull run, based on the revenues, based on blue sky valuation, based on what we're doing. That picture's hysterical. But there are likely, like Roof says, send it. There are. Crypto is this inaccurate weighing machine where you're going to get valuations that don't make sense. Like the cat will probably go to $50-100 million mark, and I don't think it justifies that. I just think because of the people that hold it and they say to the moon, and it's just you're going to get communities like that. Like I don't like your market cap right now for Memelinked is like 5 million-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe it justifies with revenues and buybacks and all that. Maybe it justifies 50 to 100 million. But if that all of the people buy, especially if that shit takes off on the 20th and everyone just buys and it goes crazy, I mean, we're both going to be real. This should not justify anywhere close to $1 billion market cap, but it might get there if it takes off and it becomes viral. So a lot of stuff just goes insane that way. But there's somebody that I talked to this morning that has some VV and OMI, and he's like, listen, yeah, OMI might 50 or 100x, which I expect to do that, if not a little bit more. Said, but you know, and he's looking at the cat. He's like, the cat's only a $3 million market cap. It can get to 300 million, 100x, and it's like half of what MOG would be right now. And we're not even in a bull market yet. I was like, you're right. And it's, again, I'm not obviously, because I'm backer of the cat, and it could get there, but as far as safety, that's a bit more of a risk than you know, Superman and Spider-Man, but that's what people are doing. They see these lower market cap things, and that's where a lot of money is going. But I see people taking out of quality stuff to do that, and I'm not saying that the cat's not super quality. Like I will work every day. I work every day, multiple hours a day just on that, not including everything else I'm doing for life, other businesses. People are, this bull market's going to get insane. You could have things 10x in an hour. You could have things go 30x in like a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the most hysterical. Dude, that whole thing felt like a fever dream. It was like, this is great. Coldplay concert.
Dude, it's good stuff, bro. It's good stuff, and that's why like you said, like stuff like this is just so funny. Like it don't make money. It don't make you money just because it's hilarious. Like, I mean, look at this. I don't even know who the fuck made this, but it's great. All I know is they made it. They posted it on Memelinked, and I got to see it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So, sky's the limit, bro. The sky's the limit. All I'm saying, you make your millions. Be smart about it. Don't go out fucking spending in it. Don't go out to the strip club and give it to, you know, Diamond.
Don't know yourself, guys. Know that
self-control.
Yes, this money will open doors, and not all of those doors are good. The stripper doesn't like you. If you never had like good luck with girls, and suddenly you have like all the luck, it's probably because you're driving like this awesome car. It's probably because you leveled up, and and I feel like in I forget which one this was in, where Drax is talking to Mantis, and he says that, if you're ugly and people love you, they love you for you. Beautiful people never know who to trust. And it's the same thing with when you get the riches. Like when I was in my 20s, I was hot as fuck. Now that I'm older, I'm fatter, and I have much less hair, suddenly I have a much easier time with women. It's not because of looks. It's that old good Charlotte song. Girls don't like boys. Girls like cars and money. And
Yeah.
what do you got for me here? What we got? Memelinked.
I'm just looking at the overall chart. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I agree with you. Like, guys, if you're a crypto guy and you make a little bit of money, guys, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Yeah, they're not with you for your good looks. They're not with you because they like you. They're with you because you got some Bitcoin.
But my mom said I'm handsome.
My mother said that I'm good looking. Well, yes, and your mother loved you before you had Bitcoin. Okay. All right. So if you go out there, just pretend like you're broke. Take her out, take her on the first date, take her to Starbucks. See how she feels about that. If she gets all mad at you because you took her to Starbucks for the first date, you got to get out of there. You got to go.
Like my still favorite activities to do for a date, because the girl has to be able to have fun, right? So it's like ice cream and an arcade, or it's lunch and mini golf, and it's just something fun, and you just get to know, like, because when you have the fun, you can get relatively any girl and they'll lick your private parts with a smile on their face. But do they really like you? Like, can you get along with them for like gotta? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I fucking love. That is like I'm such a girl with that. I love chick flicks. I love these. Like, I went to a wedding the other day and they were in this like cuppa gazebo thing and they were just telling each other how much. I was like, this is so freaking cute. Oh my god, I love everything about this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, guys. Well, we've been at it for an hour and almost 40 minutes. I think that was a great conversation, a great talk. We had fun, guys. I hope you learn one thing from this live stream. I hope one thing helps you in your future, in your life, in your investments. If you make $1 million, you're still broke. Remember that. Just put that in your head. You make $1 million, you're still broke. It's not enough. It's not enough, especially if you're like in your 30s or 40s, bro. You'll run out of that shit so fucking quick, so quick. Yeah. If you're in your 20s and you make $1 million, oh my god, you better stay living with your parents, and you better put that shit on USDC and wait for that bottom to bottom out, because you need to take that whole 100% million and put it back into Bitcoin at the bottom, because in your 20s, dude, you need like 10 million, 20 million to live long enough with money.
Yeah, that million goes quick. And
now if you're 70 years old, hey, $1 million will do just fine for you. But anything under 40, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah,
I mean, even 5 million, like, because if you go and you travel and you want to go first class and you want to go get these hotel, and that goes so quick.
Nah, it's quick. It's gone. Dude, the other day I spent like 50 grand. I didn't even know what the fuck I did with it. We just went somewhere, and next thing you know, I'm just like spending. And I look at my crypto.com card and I was like, holy fuck, $50,000 on a fucking weekend. I was telling my wife, like, I hope you enjoy that, because never again in my ratchet life will I spend money like that. Never again. She's like, what? Like, what? How? Like, well, we went to the best restaurant. We stayed in a 5-star hotel. We rented a fucking Ferrari. Like, I mean, we spent some money. And the reason why it was all just rental, because I didn't want to buy all those things. I was like, I don't care for it. But like the experience of like just renting the stuff, dude, it was worth the $50K. Yeah, it really was.
Hey babe, what was the bill? It's $800. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, it's not bad. Because I don't pay. Yeah. Good times. That was also a couple girlfriends ago. Different girlfriend than the one.
Oh, that's not a bad bill. Well, yeah, because you're not paying it. That's what's not bad.
Dude, girls are so cute, man. They're just like so adorable. There's like, oh, that's not bad. Like you. Let's talk off camera for a bit. We got stuff to talk about. I got tea. I got stuff.
Yes,
This is
stuff.
great. Yes, all the good stuff. Go get that bread. Subscribe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, guys, follow, check out Randy. Watch his channel. It's funny as hell. If you guys see back there, I got the Iron Man, the Rocky Balboa. I got the Arnold on top where the microphone is. Look, I can move it over. Look at that. These are all people that I used to watch and listen to all the time, every day. Like, holy fuck! I don't know how many times I watched the Rocky movie. I don't know how many times, and I watch him go broke. He goes broke, guys.
Yeah.
He goes broke and goes back to live where he started. It's the craziest thing. And I always said, no. Rocky's a perfect example of what you don't want to do. Once you make the bread, you got to learn how to keep it.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Make sure you follow and subscribe and like to Pablo, because this man's got a lot of nuggets, and hope to have you on the podcast again as well.
Yeah, bro. We'll have to do it again, and I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one, right?
Bye, guys.
Peace out. Make sure you guys get on tickertrending.com and check out the top 10 trending tokens today. And keep an eye on Memelinked.com, because when the full site goes full throttle, you're going to be excited. You're going to be so excited. You're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be like a little kid like this. Christmas. Peace out, boys.